Here we are playing Quake on Nintendo 64. It's very interesting. It's a little bit different than the PC version. And here we are going down in an elevator, very, very similar to what you would see in the PC version. And it's actually quite impressive. I mean, look at this. I mean, for an old console, 64, to play, at the time, a very, very powerful PC game, it was actually pretty damn impressive. I mean, look at this. It looks pretty good. And this is definitely a hidden gem on the 64. And there was Quake 1 and 2 on 64. And this is what Quake 1 looked like on Nintendo 64. And it's not quite the same as the PC version. The PC version is probably the best, but, you know, for a console, I mean, this is actually pretty awesome. And I believe this was also on Sega Saturn. And the Sega Saturn also definitely demonstrated that it could play this game quite well. This is actually a really, really good shooter on 64. It's definitely a very, very underrated hidden gem on the 64 as far as a shooter goes. Let's check this out. Bam! Take that, you son of a bitch. And then we have Quake 2. This is a little example of Quake 2. This is the introduction, actually, right here. Quake 1 really didn't have any fancy introduction, but Quake 2 does on the 64. I mean, look at this. This looks awesome. Looks very, very awesome. And the PC version did not have this introduction. And then we have the spinning Quake 2 logo right there. I'm pretty much anticipating that this can be quite a bit different than the PC version. Alright, so we changed the controls a little bit inside the settings. This appears to be just a tad bit easier. It's actually much easier for me to play, for the most part. So if we can go in here and kick some ass. Yeah, take that, you son of a bitch. How do you like that? Yeah, this game is actually pretty cool. It is different than the PC version. The map is definitely different. This first stage right here is like definitely, it looks very different than the PC version. You have huge explosions, just like the PC version. I'll say that if you actually never played Quake on the PC and you had the N64, I mean, this is definitely a great alternative. I mean, this is actually pretty cool. It's not quite the same, but it actually looks pretty damn good for an old console. And one thing that was really, really interesting about the 64 is that it used a Rambus RAM, which is a pretty high-end RAM. Usually you find that in computer servers. And I believe they use that RAM inside Silicon Graphic computers, which is basically the computers that they used to design CGI for a lot of high-end movies like Jurassic Park. And the 64 actually had some of that technology in it, which is actually quite interesting. So for an old console from like the mid-90s, it was actually able to produce really, really good graphics. And then we have this game right here. This is definitely a great multiplayer split-screen game that you can actually play with some friends if you have them over at the house. I mean, I don't think people do that anymore, unfortunately. But, you know, back in the day, you would actually bring your friends over and you would play 4-player split-screen on your Nintendo 64 or, you know, PlayStation, whatever you had at the time. And this game right here is definitely a hidden gem on the Nintendo 64. It is definitely a really, really awesome split-screen game to play with your friend. Battletanks Global Assault. It's also a really good single-player game. So let's check it out. So as you can see here, this is the main menu, and you can play up to 4 players. It's a really, really awesome game. I mean, let's check this out. And it's been a while since I played this game, and for now, you only have one tank to choose from. And this is the second Battletanks game available on 64. There was actually an older one too. Unfortunately, the older one is it's good, but this one's just a lot better. You might as well play this one. And I'll tell you, if you play this split screen, this game is awesome. And you can not only can you shoot out of your tank, but you can also gain special weapons, or you can blow up different vehicles or stuff that's nearby that will actually cause damage to whoever's nearby. You don't know what you're missing. This game is. Check that out. Blew up buildings. I mean, what game do you know of back then you can actually destroy buildings like that? I mean, look at this. That is freaking awesome. And this on the 64, this looked really, really awesome. This game really, really shined on Nintendo 64. Unfortunately, it was not exactly the most played game on 64, of course. But if you had a split-screen game going on 64, you know, most likely if you had your friends over, you guys were probably playing GoldenEye or Turok, or maybe one of the wrestling games. I tell you right now, if you pop this game in and play it with your friends, 4-player split screen is going to be perhaps even more fun than playing GoldenEye. And there you go, you can throw grenades, as you can see right there. So I actually have some special weapons, and I just blew myself up somehow. And everything about this game is awesome. You just blow stuff up. And the buildings blow up. I mean, check this out. Bam, just like that. Yeah, this game is awesome. You can run over vehicles in this game, and check this out. Bam, how you like that? Bam, no more car for you. Run up. Oh, look at this. This is nuts. You know, once you get done, you have to drive into this little carrier boat right here, and then we are off to the next level, and that is Battle Tanks Global Assault. Definitely a hidden gem on the Nintendo 64. Really, really awesome game. And here we have another hidden gem on the 64, Scars. S-C-A-R-S, Scars. This is a racing game, a pretty good alternative to you know, your Mario Kart or your Diddy Kong Racing. This is probably a game that was heavily overlooked by a lot of N64 gamers because there was plenty of racing games on 64. Each vehicle resembles an animal, so this is like a lion, elephant, rhino, shark, praying mantis. And they had a game on the Wii that was kind of like that. What was that game? It was Excitebots. And it kind of resembles this kind of. Alright, so the game is about to begin right here, and this is Scars on the N64. This game is actually pretty awesome. And the handling is actually really nice on this game. And much like your typical kart game, you can actually shoot weapons at your enemy, and it actually is pretty good. You have your little red crosshair right there, and that basically guides you to where you're shooting your weapon. Just had a weapon, watch out for that. You gotta electrocute it. I just rolled my vehicle over. Did you see that? That's freaking awesome. This game is definitely heavily underrated. It's actually really, really fun to play. I'll say this is probably the poor man's Mario Kart, but it's definitely a hidden gem on the 64. It's actually really fun. You can also make your vehicle hop. And I just got hit by a weapon from the enemy who happens to be right behind me. You can also look behind your vehicle right there and you can see that there is a bunch of enemies right behind me, and now one of them actually passed me. This game right here is actually heavily underrated, I would say, and it's definitely a game that you should definitely, if you have a 64, I would pick it up. It's actually a really, really fun game to play. So if you're looking for a hidden gem fighting game on the Nintendo 64, there's not really too many fighting games available. But we're going to have to put this on the list. This is Fighter's Destiny. There's Fighter's Destiny 1 and 2 available. And it was a very, very basic fighting game, but still, there wasn't really too many fighting games on the 64. And these are your characters right here. They all do the same exact pose. What the hell? So when you do a takedown, you get 2 points. Yes, this game is pretty cool. Let me see if I can get out. Yeah, how you like that? Bring your ass out. When you do a ring out, you get 1 point. Right below their life bars, you can see all those stars. I mean, you have to fill up all those stars in order to win. See it right there? I just actually lost. And just like most fighting games back in the 90s, you had a little 3D animation of your character laying there on the ground, and he just got back up. He's ready for more. So we're going to try this again. Oh my god. You can do Street Fighter moves in this game. And I just pretty much got a German suplex done to me right there. Oh, that was painful. And he gained 2 points from it. Yeah, I got a ring out. So I gained 1 point from a ring out. Yeah, this game's pretty cool. I actually like it. It's actually a pretty good fighting game. It's very basic in terms of what you can do in terms of moves, but it's actually pretty fun. Oh man, he did a frickin' takedown on me again. Belly to belly suplex. Yeah, take that, you bastard. I gained 3 points from doing whatever that was. So you can definitely do like special moves in this game. That was actually pretty cool. So the moveset, it's kind of like Street Fighter. You can actually do like a down quarter, backwards, you know, punch button, kick button, all that stuff. Like that. Oh yeah, he almost got knocked out. Oh shit. Damn, he got 3 points from that? No way. So if you're looking for something a little bit different than a fighting game or, you know, first-person shooter, you want like a game where you want to beat the shit out of things, and this is the game right here. Definitely a hidden gem on 64. Fighting Force 64, which is basically Fighting Force 1, and it's the 64 version of it. So this game originally released on the PlayStation. It was supposed to release only on Sega Saturn as Streets of Rage Part 4, but somehow things didn't work out with the developer with Sega, and somehow this game ended up being on PlayStation. Then finally 64, and you can see this game does appear to be a lot more faster paced than the PlayStation version. Look at that. Their arms move around really fast. And the little screens that are in between each level are actually pretty cool. I like them better than the PlayStation version. You have the helicopter landing, just like in the PlayStation version right here. And that is pretty awesome. I like whatever... That screen is not in the PlayStation version. That's actually pretty cool. Just had to kick some ass. Yeah, you like that, you bastard. This game has some really weird green, red hit detection. So every time you hit them, you see like some weird, crazy thing pop up on the screen. That's pretty interesting. And just like on the PlayStation version, you beat the crap out of the car. There is definitely probably a way of picking up a... Oh, there we go. Apparently it's, I believe, the B button. You can actually rip the motor out of the vehicle and... Bam! Throw it at the fence right there. Open the shit up now. They have two other guys that come out and they want to mess with you. Yeah, take that, you bastard. So it's just as playable as the PlayStation version. It's actually very good. Let's kick everybody's ass, and somewhere over here there's actually a weapon. Let me see if I can remember how to pick things up. There we go. And just like in the PlayStation version, you can actually use a rocket launcher. Yeah, I'll take that, you son of a... Oh, the rocket effect actually looks pretty cool on the 64. And we have this van that comes out of nowhere. I mean, this game is definitely a really cool beat-em-up game for 32-bit consoles, and of course the 64-bit. It's actually really, really good on 64. So if you're looking for like a really awesome hidden gem beat-em-up game on 64, this would be it right here. Yeah. Choke slam everybody. Yeah. You pick up boxes and smash people with it. Ugh. Pick people in the balls like I just did. Bam! How you like that, you bastard? You can also pick guys up and throw him. Oh, break his spine. He ain't getting up from that if he does. Yeah, he ain't getting up from that. Oh, yeah? Pick him up and bam, use his ass as a weapon. What the hell? I'm getting beat up. It's like the hit detection is weird. You have the really weird looking red and green things that pop up and you have blood in at the same time. It's almost like they try to like cover up the blood. Wait, this did not... Wait, that's pretty awesome. Didn't work out as well as they wanted it to. Bam. Yeah, this game is very, very much enjoyable on the 64. Bam! That is sick! Did you see how much blood came out of him? Awesome game on 64. This is definitely a hidden gem.